At the beginning of the story, we're introduced to a girl named Kora. Officer Rebecca has arrived at her house after Kora made an emergency call, telling the police that someone was inside her home, someone trying to kill her. Rebecca searches the entire house, but there's no sign of Kora or anyone else. The place is eerily quiet, yet everything is scattered and in complete disarray. Suddenly, her attention shifts to a room in front of her, where she notices blood slowly seeping out from underneath the door. As soon as Rebecca opens it, she finds Kora inside, covered head to toe in blood. But there's no body anywhere. So whose blood is it? Rebecca takes Kora to the police station. Kora is in terrible condition, repeating the same thing over and over again. He's going to kill me, he's going to kill me. But who is she talking about? When the blood from Kora's room is tested, the police discover that it belongs to a human, a man. But there was no body at the scene. Now the question is, whose blood was it? The case is assigned to Rebecca. Rebecca already knows Kora. A few months ago, Kora's son went missing, and later his body was found near a river. Rebecca remembers the first time she met Kora to deliver the devastating news that her son was gone. Back then, Kora seemed careless and constantly intoxicated, like she didn't care about anyone, not even her own child or herself. But when she learned about her son's death, it finally shook her awake, though by then, it was too late. As Rebecca recalls all this, she now needs to find out what led to Kora's current condition. She approaches her, but Kora is terrified, even of Rebecca. She keeps repeating, "He's going to kill me." Rebecca gently asks her to explain everything from the beginning, what happened, and whose blood it really is. After a long conversation, Kora finally gathers the courage to speak. She reveals that after her son's death, she was completely broken. She believed it was all her fault. If she hadn't been drunk all the time, her son wouldn't have gone out to play, and he wouldn't have drowned. From that point on, Kora changed her life. She quit drinking, but the trauma never left her. On her friend's advice, she checked herself into a rehab center, hoping to share her pain and heal. The head of the center was a man named Abigail, but even after months, there was no improvement in her condition. One day, Kora opened up to everyone, confessing how she believed her son died because of her. Abigail listened carefully. After a while, Kora left the session and decided she would never come back again, because she felt there was no point. But she had no idea what was about to happen next. The very next day, at the restaurant where she worked, Abigail shows up. Abigail wants to tell her something, but he holds back and brushes it off. The next day, Abigail shows up at Kora's house. Seeing him there feels really strange to her. First the restaurant, and now her home. What does he actually want? Abigail asks Kora if he can come inside, but she tries to avoid him. Still, he doesn't take no for an answer, and eventually she has no choice but to let him in. He starts making small talk, trying to distract her, but now Kora is getting irritated. She snaps at him, asking, "Why are you following me? What do you want from me?" That's when Abigail finally tells her everything. He says that a few months ago his daughter got into an accident and she died. He blames himself for it. He tells Kora that he went through the same pain she's going through now. His condition got so bad that every single moment felt unbearable. He didn't know what to do anymore. So, he started reading a lot of books, and eventually he came across one that described a ritual, one that could bring a dead person back to life if performed correctly. Hearing this, Kora gets angry. It feels like Abigail is mocking her grief. Furious, she tells him to get out. But Abigail doesn't leave. Instead, he tells her something shocking: his daughter is alive. She's now living in another city, studying under a new name. He even says that Kora can talk to her if she wants. All of this sounds completely insane to Kora. She feels deeply unsettled and throws him out. Abigail leaves, but his words keep echoing in her mind. She starts wondering, could this actually be true? Could her son really come back? That night, she meets Abigail again and demands proof that his daughter is alive. Abigail lets her talk to his daughter and shows her other evidence. Slowly, Kora begins to believe that maybe he's telling the truth. Desperate to bring her son back, she agrees to perform the ritual. Abigail explains that the ritual lasts for 7 days, and they'll have to perform it every day. First, he tells her to clean the entire house and draw a circle in her son's room. Kora does exactly as he says. After that, Abigail arrives at her house again, but she's still unsure if any of this is real. He then instructs Kora to stand inside the circle and ties chains around her feet. He tells her that he will perform the ritual, but until it's complete, she must not step outside the circle. She must remain standing exactly as she is, not even sit down. Kora finally agrees, and the first day of the ritual begins. But this ritual goes on for a long time. Night falls, and Kora is still standing in the same spot, yet nothing has happened. She's completely exhausted. She keeps begging, "Let me sit. I'm thirsty. Please, let me drink some water." But Abigail doesn't listen to a single word. Completely drained, Kora tries to step out of the circle, when suddenly, a shadow lifts her up into the air. Seeing this, Abigail starts screaming too. After a few moments, Kora drops back down. And now, she's convinced that everything Abigail said is true. Because if a shadow can come here and lift her into the air, then maybe that same shadow can bring her son back too. From this point on, she fully trusts Abigail and is ready to complete the entire ritual. The next day, Kora and Abigail continue the ritual. The same thing happens the day after that. But on the 4th day, just as they're about to begin, Kora's boyfriend Nova suddenly shows up, the same man Abigail broke up with after her son died. Nova demands money from Kora, and the two get into a heated argument. He insults her badly, leaving Kora deeply upset. Abigail senses this and tells her they should skip today's ritual. But Kora refuses. No matter what, she has to finish it. Night falls, and they sit inside the circle to continue the ritual. Suddenly, Kora sees her son right in front of her, and she's transported back to the exact day he died. She sees herself unconscious, drunk, while her little boy walks outside all alone. Kora tries to stop him, calling him back. Slowly, he starts coming closer to her. But what she doesn't see is the demonic shadow lurking there. Moments later, everything disappears, and Kora finds herself back at home. Her son is standing right in front of her. But just as she tries to reach him, the demon finally appears. It tells her, "Don't worry, I'll bring your son back. Just continue the ritual." And then, Kora wakes up. Now she truly believes her son will return soon. But neither she nor you have any idea what's coming next. The following day, Kora begins the ritual again. It's the 5th day, and both she and Abigail continue the process. But suddenly, they both start writhing in pain. They can't even understand what's happening to them. Kora recovers, but Abigail doesn't. And then Kora sees it, something horrifying. A demonic hand starts emerging from inside Abigail's body. Terrified, Kora runs away. She's never seen anything like this in her entire life. But then, she realizes, if she stops now, she may never see her son again. Gathering all her courage, she goes back inside. Abigail is in terrible condition. And then, the demon appears, dragging Abigail away into the darkness. Kora has no idea what just happened. Then suddenly, the demon appears in front of her and tells her that everything comes with a price. In exchange for her son, it demands 2 souls. It says, "I'm already taking Abigail's soul. You just need to give me 1 more. Do that, and your son will come back." Desperate to get her son back at any cost, Kora agrees to the demon's demand. The next day, the 6th day, she performs the ritual, and during that time, she decides whose soul she's going to offer. Finally, the 7th and last day arrives. That's when Kora invites Noah to her house. Noah comes to meet her, but soon enough, the demon captures him and begins devouring his soul. But then, the demon realizes that Noah is completely intoxicated. Furious, it turns toward Kora, angry that she offered the soul of a drunk man. Terrified, Kora tries to run out of the house, but there's no escape. The demon has sealed the entire place. As she watches it consume Noah, she realizes something horrifying. She might be next. In panic, she calls the police, and you already know what happens next. The story then shifts back to the present. Kora told everything, but Rebecca doesn't believe her. And honestly, who would? Everyone assumes that Kora killed Noah and is now making excuses to cover it up. Eventually, she's arrested and thrown into prison. She begs Rebecca for help, pleading, "Please don't leave me here alone. He'll come back." But no one listens. After everyone leaves, the demon appears before Kora once again. This time it tells her not to be afraid, that it won't kill her. It says she completed the ritual, and as promised, it returns her son. Hearing this, Kora is overwhelmed with happiness. Meanwhile, Rebecca goes to Kora's house to find Noah's body. Suddenly, she hears a noise coming from upstairs, from Robin's room, Kora's son, who had died months ago. As Rebecca enters the room, she comes face to face with Robin himself, the very same Robin she had seen dead. Unable to handle the shock, Rebecca collapses unconsciously, and that's where the story ends. But honestly, this feels like it needs a part 2, so we can find out what happens next. Let me know in the comments if you want a sequel. Until then, thank you, and goodbye.